Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever may never see this. This is Siegfried Alexander Faust, the Wiv, coming back at you with some more Warhammer 40k and some channel update information. So, it looks like Battlescribe and P have finally updated for the Chaos Space Marine Legions. So, it looks like after that, it'll just be Demons next, and then Imperial Guard. Now, of course, we're still waiting on World Eater's new codex to come out, and I bet they're going to start 10th edition after they do the the Space Marine update. Maybe. They're going to do 10th edition with squads. Now, with that said, or they do other updates in between, of course, for a lot of things. There have been some other armies I wanted to rework, and this is stuff I just wanted to generally talk about as well. So I went back and rewatched a video, and my sister's list for Crusade is scummy. And it's to prove a point that they are really good at early PL. 25 to 50 PL, they are broken good for Narrative Crusade if you do Retributor spam with the amount of shit that you can give them. And some other armies as well. Again, the Dominions and Retributors, because their war gear doesn't cost you anything extra to give them really good war gear. For my videos, my Battlescribe lists, they have, when you look into them, they might have expenditures that don't make sense for the CP, but that's because there isn't necessarily on Battlescribe updated Warlord Trait Relic script, meaning that you are not able to make yourself pay for your Warlord Trait or Relic for some armies, even though you need to. So for some of those Battlescribes, big brain, the CP, I try to make it accurate still. I think there's only one list where I can't make it accurate. But every other list, it's accurate. It just may not be the correct way to spend the CP pregame. But it's because I don't have that option available to me. So if you go through on any of my lists on Google Drive, be aware that you can see something that doesn't make sense, but in the end, it makes sense. I'm doing it so you can play the list at the correct amount of CP. Like for Chaos Space Marines, originally it was like, if I can get the Warlord trait and stuff, then I would just do Council of Traitors on something, even though it's not Black Legion, doesn't have the Dark Apostle combo, etc. So, be aware for some armies like that. I also have built 6 more armies, and I want to talk about them a bit, and then I'm going to give them their own videos, because they're actually reasonable armies. Two a bit more so. So I have the Orcs Speed Freaks, which again, they're all gonna get their own video, so I don't want to go into too much detail. Let me zoom in. This thing is also like massive. Look how much space this takes up. The Speed Freaks, nutty. The Yanari Incarn little group. The Imperial Knights Not Cheese army. The Bloody Rose Sisters list. The Army of Renown Skitari Admech, and Tau Flamers. Speed Freaks, because of multiple things, are now just really bad. The Incarn Yanari are not that good. They're kind of weird. Like, they get really good if they lose a single dude from every squad, and that's it. But realistically, that's not going to happen. The Imperial Knights Not Cheese army, this is pretty good. The weird trade-off is right now the little cheese version is getting you extra hits, and it's kind of better. Because these guys are able to use their smash attack, and it depends on the matchup, of course, that you're going to fight against, but they can get a bit more oomph out of them. But this feels pretty cheesy, so that might get fixed. If so, then I'm just going to remove this from my army list, and I'm going to put a different army in where it is instead, because this will be the new Imperial Knights list. The Bloody Rose list is a little different, obviously, from the regular Sisters of Battle list. This one has 1 thing of Paragons. This has 2. This list has 1 Dominion. I think this one also has 1 Dominion, but it had 2 Seraphim squads with the Inferno pistols. This has Zephyrim squads instead, because it's all about getting the melee. And this has 3 10 girl blobs of Repentia. This obviously does not. They still have Retributors each. And they actually have an Magic Fire as well. And they have a Callous Assassin. Both armies are good. Depends on the matchup, of course. I still feel iffy about Repentia. I feel like when I play against some people, they get better rolls than I do, because the Repentia only hit on 4-ups. This army is spooky. The big problem for it is trading up in melee against anything that's going to be T7 or higher, because the Repentia aren't going to really do much for you. And this is Sephiroth also, they're going to only do on strength 4. So that's where that army will struggle versus Argent Shroud will not. That and Paragons are freaking chonky because they have Armor of Contempt. So I still like this list better, but that is my Bloody Rose list I'll be showing off more. So the AdMech list is going to be a bit different because this is 4 squads of Vanguard. I was thinking originally of having a lot more Vanguard and just relying on them for shooting and for melee. But I came to the conclusion, if you could just get one Vanguard boy in, then you're lowering your opponent's strength and toughness by 1. Then it's going to be better if you can at least get one of them in, to then afterwards get the Transonic Blades, the Ruststalkers, in with all of their attacks. You get far more use out of that combo than if you did just Skitarii Vanguard. And one squad of Bellistariuses with their Twin Cogni Las Cannon. Hopefully that'll be enough with the 10 strength 9 shots to fuck off anything that's vehicle or monster. Big spooky. This is your big spooky removal division. All the rest is going to be just buffing up these guys. I wish I had less Marshal. I think I need to take the 6 to get the Dominus, Manipulus, and the Technologist. But you can, of course, always use the Marshals to do objectives as well. Or just keep them 1 each with the Vanguards, and then 1 in the back, buffing the 2 Rangers, and along with these 3, buffing the Rangers. So no matter if your opponent just blasts 1 Ranger, you still have 1 thick Ranger squad, hopefully. That'll be your main damage dealers. And then the Tau. This is my original Tau list before I changed it to have... I couldn't find the white Crisis suits, so I got bored and I just decided fuck it. Because I eventually did 3 Hammerheads, and I have a Riptide and 1 Crisis suit squad with Ethereal. The reason you do it this way is to super buff with like your Cold Star and your Ethereal, buffing all their fusion weapons, and you give them 1 of each, so the cost stays low and they have multiple options, etc. So that's how you're kind of meant to play Tau. This is an abomination. So each of these squads has the 4 drones. It's 6 plus 4, so a total of 10, which is great. And then actually I gotta look up something real quick. No, yeah. So you're not gonna be suffering too bad from blast. And you have Hammerhead to hopefully try to help you against Big Spooky, along with 1 5-man Marker Drone squad. The Marker Drones are literally just here for the Hammerhead for the most part, because all these Tau Crisis suits have are the Flamers. And if you haven't seen the Tau Flamer nonsense, oh boy. So let's use a regular Space Marine as a baseline. So that each Tau has 3 Flamers. Each Flamer is a D6. So that is the total squad's amount of Flamers, and then each one is D6 plus 2. So at the end of this, we're going to also add 36 to the total. Now I'll roll it for rolling's sake, and it rolled above average, which is 68, but let's average it out. So it's 63 plus 36, so roughly 100 auto-hitting shots per squad. And with the buffs I've given them, they're going to be hitting. They're going to be, so again, They auto hit. They're going to be strength 5, so they're going to wound on 3s. Plus, with Mon Ka, that means they're going to get reroll 1s. Now, your opponent, the other benefit besides strength 5 is your opponent doesn't get cover. So they're probably going to be saving on 3-ups. Okay, that's 37 bloody wounds. And that's one squad. Now, against Space Marines, a 3-up and whatnot, good. Rangers, the Skitarii, 4-ups for a lot of stuff. That's gonna hurt. Sisters, 3-ups as well, but Sisters, that's 1 wound. 37 wounds. Look how like it'd be here. No, fuck that. This is 25 Sisters. 35 Sisters. That's with 1 squad of flamers. Like, what is that? People sleep on the flamer spam. It's so good. I'm bringing it back. It makes me so upsetty spaghetti. Like, yeah, the hammerheads are good, and my main tile list has 3 of the bloody things, because you could just destroy. It's like Morty and some things with it. Oh, it's so nasty. The big problem with this list is, again, that was wounding on 3-ups. If you have to trade up, so anything that's T6, T5, T6 range, oh no, this list struggles so bad. So it could be really hard for this list to do damage to my Imperial Guard tank list. It struggles. But if your opponent has, for the most part, just infantry, which a lot of people do. A lot of people, oh, you shouldn't run a bunch of tanks. Fucking whiny. If they just run infantry, they're fucked. Especially if their shit is T4 or below. So Death Guard lucks out, but if their shit's T4 and below, oh, they're fucked. This is so much damage coming at them. It's insane. Death Guard and Custodes luck out, because Custodes, I believe, are T5. Yeah, there. So, oh god. Yeah, I get it here. Even this example, like, against the Speed Freaks, almost everything here is T6. Like, the Flamers are gonna have a hard day dealing with all this crap. But it's, I don't know, I just can't stop talking about it. It's a lovely army. Let's see what else. Been busy playing with some friends, hung out, got some Korean barbecue yesterday. Been doing a lot of Civ. For like 2 or 3 days, I played like 6 to 8 hours a day of Civ with somebody. Having a blast on a marathon campaign. He's dominating the world, so eventually I need to start fighting back, because otherwise I'm gonna get swallowed up by his empire. Because I usually like other alternate win conditions, but we have it on just domination right now for him, because it's something he wanted. Let's see. I need to clean up a bit more. I've been spending time with my husky, loving it. New roommate's working alright. I'll do some more content. I definitely want to get Chaos Space Marines started before Demon's Codex comes out. There's no official release date on that. They just started doing leaks. Dude, when the Imperial Guard Codex comes out, if it power creeps, they're gonna be so strong. People sleeping on the guard. Let's see, the armor of contempt on Leman races is just nasty. Demolisher being cheaper than Punisher is nasty. It makes no sense. Punisher is literally just good against fucking Harlequins. That's it. What else? I guess same old, same old. What else about the Battlescribe lists I wanted to talk about? Again, you can make changes. Some of my videos will have, they're posted at certain dates. If a lot of stuff happens, I don't have a newer version of that list, well, then I haven't updated it yet. Big changes have gone through. I will try to update them, because I love the hobby. That's why I'm doing this in the first place. After I have 50 armies uploaded, I'm going to do a tier list. I'm going to either do it before or after squats. Depending on when squats look like they're going to come out, they'll just be army number 50. And it'll be 49 out of 50. They'll get their own tier of mystery because I don't want to wait like 6 months to do that one video. I just want to get all the other armies out and then, think about them and give my thoughts on them and shit. And then probably start reaching out, see if I can get other people to review the channel and check out the videos, check out the armies. I wish some armies, like the Necron one, between Necron Silvertide and the actual Necron list I built, I think, so I played the Necron Silvertide. It actually did good. I had a mission that put me at a disadvantage, severe disadvantage for how the list should operate. And I switched out half their flares and gave them Reapers. If you actually fight your opponent, then the list does hold up. I actually played a pure pacifist run. I didn't fight at all, except for when it was in self-defense, meaning it was in melee, because I'm literally forced to fight. I didn't take a single shot. And the list, again, did good. So it could play and win. It's a bit of an abomination, though, to say the least. The Necron Catan list, though, is pretty good. I don't know. I just feel like the Necron need to go somewhere else. They need some changes. I want the Silent King cheese to be fixed. And Silent King cheese, which I'm pretty sure I covered in their video. But just to go over it once more. Hello, Catan. So you have a 1 in 3 chance to give him T8 because of Illuminor Xeris. And then, as long as you have your Lord alive, just hiding, everyone's getting Undying Legion. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter because you have this guy. So as long as you have both alive, even if you lose him, you still keep your command protocols. But you throw him into melee as quick as you can, just get as much damage out as possible. You can do range, but the thing is because someone was saying, oh, I'd rather move him up via range instead of dumping him into melee and do some other stuff into melee. The dude is T7, and him getting T8 is not guaranteed. One, you need to run Illuminor Xeris, and then you need to get lucky. And even then, even though he's T8, Meltas can still kick his fucking ass. Like, the Retributor spam could just destroy him. You don't know. Like, what this dude is getting, I think, 4 up? Yeah, 4 up in Vol. So, let's say it's going to be the Sisters. They'll be with Armorium Cherubs. So, 3 Retributor squads. So 3 ups, reroll 1s. And reroll these for Argent. Good roll. And then if he got T8, give him the benefit of the doubt. It's going to be 4 ups. And then 4 ups. Alright, that's a dead guy. That's a dead guy. It's all on Silent King now. It's 6, it's 10. So he's almost dead. Both of these dudes are dead. I have still 2, 4, 6, 12, 18 more Meltas plus going in him and or other things. Now, that's with his T8. If he didn't have his T8, he'd be dead already. And he had good above average saves too. You need to get him in as much as possible because he's just going to get lit up by some armies. Some armies will just Shrek him. So you just need to get as much oomph with him as possible. And then if he lives, then currently, and then people at some tournaments are like saying, oh, you can't do this, but they're not giving you the proof of why you can't. So I'm pretty sure this will get changed. But it's still just, They had the ability to hotfix and do an FAQ, but they just didn't. So, you know, these are fucking dead. And then he took fucking 10. Well, the start of your turn, this dude will gain 2. And then you have the Technomancer here. Technomancer just straight up, boop, res that shit. And then furthermore, where is this crap? Then he'll repair it as well for D3. So you can go from, it's nutty, dude. Yeah, you can quite easily go from middle bracket to top bracket. And then let's say you're all the way down to 1. Your turn, he gets 2 because of the Undying Legion, their better heal, and then 1, 2. So 50% of the chance of the time, or 66% of the time, you're going to get back to middle bracket even if you're down to 1 bloody wound. Every round, you're bringing this guy back 2. So that's going to be, what, a total of every round you're healing for 4, plus 5, 9 wounds. 9 wounds a round. And because of the wording, if you have one of these dudes alive, even though he's damaged, the wounds are going to go on this guy instead. So he'll be safe. It's really derpy. And if this gets fixed, AA changed, then that's going to go away. And I'll probably just remake like my old list again. This will just be 2 patrols or whatever. And I don't even know if I'll have the Techno. And then it's going to be some Scorpic Destroyers and like a Chronomancer. And with the Veil instead. And he'll try to get them into melee. I still think the 2 Catan are the way to go. This helps you against vehicles. This helps you against non-vehicles. If your opponent can't do mortals and stuff, or especially get them all in one round, they're just going to be annoying as hell to deal with, which is the point. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go do the videos for these now. I'm going to try to do all of them right now, which is the point. I'm going to get all their cards ready and then cover those armies. I just wanted to talk about some Imperial Knight stuff, the Necrons, my life stuff, and some stuff about Warhammer. Looks like my Crusade, I may not be able to get the last 2 games in because I only have like 1 to 2 more days, I think, until it's technically over. And other people have kind of like dipped out, stopped playing, or didn't get their full amount of games in. If I get like 1 to 2 more in, I'll win based on wins probably. But you know, there's not like a reward. It was just like a personal victory. I just had fun playing. As sisters, the fact that you can make a saint and stuff is cool, but it could take a long time to get to it. And the saintly benedictions, having to pay for that is annoying. I didn't expect that. The Tzeentch Demon Cheese needs to get fixed. So, for Crusade, if anybody didn't know, no. So in Crusade, the pink horrors are all you need, because the blues and the Power of Brimstone, that pays with points, not power level. So once you have just a thick thing of pink horrors, now with these guys I get these for free afterwards. And these also for free. Now, it's still, like, you know, not super strong. Yeah, but here's the thing. They still have that's a total of a crap ton of attacks. and they're still gonna be doing smites. Like, these fuckers are still gonna be doing smites. But that's still not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is this is the Necron Silvertide. This is the best horde for Crusade, hands down, until Demon's Codex gets changed. Hopefully this is removed, because this is insane, or they just make them pay for PL. Because they all have OPSEC. Like, good lord, how do you shrug all this? There's some wording for things I wish got changed better. Light cover for terrain, if you're touching terrain versus on, because I played against a bit of a competitive guy when I just wanted a bit more of a casual game, but he did bring up the point, not that he was wrong, that if you have terrain that, like, let me load something in. Sure. So here we go. Here's an example. This will work. So this little bit right here, this is going to give you the bonus if you're on it because you're on or within. But if it's just a sheer wall, then you don't get the bonus because you're not on or within the terrain. So you could be touching it, but are you on or within? No, because you're not. You'd have to literally be like vertically, like touching it to be on it. Even then, it's weird. So this is how terrain should be done versus some other games. And furthermore, you know, I've already mentioned before, I think, that you need to have what is it? Objectives not on terrain. But that's where I actually want to disagree, because while it says you're not supposed to do that, it makes it far more interesting versus always having the objectives in no man's land where you can't get bonuses on the terrain for where they are, etc. I think it changes things up a bit, so it's not that bad. As long as you're able to access the objective, I'd say a quarter of the objective or more, or maybe even half would be better, then it's good enough for me. Yeah, half. Let's see. One thing I brought up that is a funny issue is technically needs to get fixed. It's more like a jackass thing, but they could fix it. So, coherency. So these guys are coherency. You are one squad. Now they are still in coherency as one squad. Fun fact, they are still in coherency. Per the rules of coherency, they're in coherency. But it's one squad. They're still in coherency as one squad. Are they obviously? Fuck no. But this is a problem. So it's when it splits off to become two separate units. And that, I do not believe, is technically, in the rules, it technically... So they don't actually specify that you can't do this. And this makes it two squads. You could say, keep the coherency rules exactly how they are, and just specify if a unit is to separate to a point where it becomes two units on the board, in regards to coherency not being within one full unit of itself, on the board, then it is no longer considered one unit and would lose coherency. Now, even that could be done technically better linguistically, but that would be enough. They just need to include that because there's nothing that stops you from doing this shit right now, which is an issue. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to all the Chaos Space rechanges. I start work next week in a couple days, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't want to get my hopes up, but it's looking like it's going to be really good. It's going to be close by, AC, casual work, possibly make my own hours and make my own schedule. I'm like so hyped for this. It could be so good, and I can use it as a launching point to do other stuff at the college I'm at. If they let me do more than 18 hours a week, depending on the part-time, oh my god, this will be just so good. I could easily see myself doing tons of OT there and going hard because if I can get away with it, because it's so close to where I live. I can literally walk back during lunch, take 2 lunches, work 12 hours or something, and give my dog a walk. Because that was the big thing when I was working for the Mouse, because I used to work at Disneyland, is that it was an issue to get there and back, and I'd be gone for so long I couldn't give my dog a potty break, or I'd feel bad if she went inside. I didn't have the option to do OT, and it took me so long to get to Disneyland and back because I had to go to work at the hotels and do some other stuff that public transportation, if I took that instead, or if I taxied, it would be costly. It's just a net loss for me. So this is just so much better in so many ways. I'm so happy. I'm scared that I'm like setting the bar too high for my expectations next week. I'm very much looking forward to it. But doing some Baldur's Gate. I'm taking a break kind of from Ark, but it looks like it's saving my current progress because I'm not ending that series. I still plan to keep doing it more. I just haven't had a large amount of interest. I've been trying to check out other stuff. And just playing Civ, like marathon mode Civ. We're about to hit like turn 1000. Good lord. It takes a hot minute. But yeah, is there anything else? Oh, I saw some old neighbors the other night. Didn't really talk to them, but I'm glad they're well. One of them started shit with me and was just fucking rude and childish, so kind of just stopped talking to him. I told them to stop. They said no. I'm like, alright, peace. And they kept talking shit, and I'm like, alright, you're gonna be a man-child. It's not my problem. Don't care. My neighbor, a different neighbor though, we went and got Korean barbecue, and I got chunk off that yesterday. Holy shit, that was good. Flirting with one chick in a weird way. That's kind of odd. Because of her personal situation. That doesn't make me super comfortable, but she is cute, so see where life takes me in that path. Man, I still have... Another thing is that in the next less than a week before I start the job, I want to finish cleaning my room, because I literally have put that off for almost a week now. All bunch of moving I gotta do. So whenever I get around to doing that, that's gonna suck. But the big things for me life-wise in the next week is make sure all my work shit is good to go for when I start work. I want to get all my Chaos Space Marine videos done, and I need to finish cleaning and moving stuff in my apartment, and I'll count that as a win, because then I'll only have demons left. Demons, guard, squats, and world eaters, which is not going to be nearly as much. It's going to be, 7-8 armies versus like the 16 or 17 I need to do for Chaos Space Marines. I need to make like 3 new lists: Red Corsairs and I think Biles of Creation. They kept Red Corsairs. I don't remember if Biles was there. I thought that was something else, because they got rid of the Scourged and the Flawless Host. And I need to relook at Disco Lord with the Disco Lord changes and the combinations you could do with Master Possession, Abaddon, and Black Legion, etc. Alright, I'm going to take a shit. I'll make these videos. If you like watching for whatnot, whatever reason, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, make my day. My lists are going to be in Google Drive, along with my Twitch handle if you want to stop by when I stream. Take care. Have a wonderful day.